On Monday, Trump told a group of farmers Deere could face major tariffs if the company outsources jobs to Mexico.
I just noticed behind me John Deere tractors. I know a lot about John Deere. I love the company. But as you know, they've announced a few days ago that they're going to move a lot of their manufacturing business to Mexico. I'm just notifying John Deere right now. If you do that, we're putting a 200% tariff on everything.
John Deere just crossed new globe lines, and it's turning heads. The iconic American giant is planning big investments in Mexico, just as Trump draws hard lines to bring jobs back to the U.S. What followed? A clash of visions. Trump fired back, and now farmers, investors, and everyday consumers are caught in the crossfire. Is Deere's global leap a stroke of strategy, or a shot across the bow of Trump's tariff crusade? The globe is shifting fast, and these new lines could redefine American manufacturing. Let's break it down.
John Deere is moving some production from Iowa to Mexico. The company is acquiring land there to build a facility that will be operational by 2026. The facility will produce mid-frame skid steer loaders and compact tracked loaders. The move impacts workers in Dubuque, though it's unclear how many workers. The company says this is in response to rising manufacturing.
In late 2024, John Deere made a bold move, committing $55 million to build a new manufacturing plant in Ramos Arizpe, Mexico. It wasn't just another business decision. It marked a shift for a company rooted in nearly 200 years of American tradition. Known for its trusted machines and loyalty from U.S. farmers, this step signaled evolution, not abandonment. Mexico offered more than lower costs, strategic location, skilled labor, and smooth access to both American continents. Deere isn't retreating from its legacy. It's adapting, expanding its reach, and preparing to compete on a global scale. From a business lens, the move makes perfect sense. Labor in Mexico costs far less, about 70% less than in the U.S. And when you're battling global giants like Japan's Kubota or India's Mahindra, every dollar counts. But this isn't just a race to the cheapest hands. Deere is redrawing its supply routes, dodging clogged U.S. ports and labor bottlenecks that slow things down. A Mexican facility offers faster turns, fewer roadblocks, and a front-row seat to booming markets like Brazil and Argentina. It's not just cost-cutting, it's strategy, positioning Deere to stay sharp in a world where borders are shifting. John Deere's $55 million move isn't just spending, it's planting with purpose. The New Mexico plant boosts mid-size tractor output without jamming U.S. lines, giving Deere room to grow where demand is rising fast. It's a smart play, scaling up, staying nimble, and laying roots in fertile ground for the long haul.
Under my leadership, we're going to take other countries' jobs. We're going to bring thousands and thousands of businesses and trillions of dollars in wealth back to the good old USA.
When news broke that John Deere was expanding into Mexico, Trump wasted no time in grabbing the microphone. At a packed event, he went after the company by name, threatening a 200% tariff on any machine built outside the U.S. borders. It wasn't just noise, it was a strategic strike, drawing a hard line in the sand. For Trump, this wasn't about trade, it was about loyalty. He cast Deere's move as a slap in the face to American workers, especially the blue-collar base he's championed for years. The message? If you shift gears overseas, don't expect a smooth ride back home. Trump's no stranger to high-stakes trade moves. Back in his first term, he threw down heavy tariffs on steel, aluminum, and $250 billion worth of Chinese imports, igniting a trade war that scorched more than just headlines. Farmers and manufacturers felt the heat, hit by rising costs and shrinking markets. Soybeans sat unsold, machinery got pricier, and pork exports took a dive. A Fed study in 2019 even pinned over 300,000 lost jobs on the fallout. Now, with John Deere on his radar, Trump's reaching for the same old playbook, drawing hard lines, taking bold swings, and betting it'll land differently this time.
Because of the tariffs, we have $7 trillion already committed to be invested in the United States, building auto plants, building chip companies, and all sorts of companies are coming into our country at levels that we've never seen before. What's going to happen with the market, I can't tell you, but I can tell you our country has gotten a lot.
This time the stakes are tangled in deeper roots. John Deere isn't just another multinational. It's stitched into the soil of small-town America, the same soil Trump's base calls home. Targeting Deere might sound like drawing a hard line, but it risks cutting into the heartland jobs he claims to protect. And while Trump turned up the heat with threats of a 200% tariff, Deere didn't flinch. No press spin, no apology, just steady hands on the wheel. Their message was loud and clear. This isn't about turning their back on America. It's about staying in the game even when the rules keep shifting. John Deere didn't sugarcoat it. They laid their cards on the table. This move to Mexico? Not a retreat, but a calculated step forward. Just a sliver, less than 5%, of production shifts south, while the heart of their heavy machinery still rolls out strong from Iowa and Illinois. They're not pulling up stakes, they're planting new ones. In a global arena where every inch counts and competitors cut deep, Deere knows standing still is falling behind. This isn't about waving a white flag. It's about sharpening their edge. When the world gets louder, Deere leans in, steering by strategy, not by slogans. Not everyone was on Deere's side. Critics slammed the company for being tone-deaf, accusing them of picking a fight with Trump and his loyal rural base, a PR disaster waiting to happen. But others, like Bloomberg, saw the move as strategic, with long-term growth tied to Latin America and Asia. Wall Street agreed too. Despite a brief dip after Trump's blast, Deere's stock quickly rebounded, proving investors were on board. By standing firm, Deere didn't just defend a choice. They showed that smart business can rise above political noise. And as politics rages, there's something even bigger on the horizon.
The use of robots is on the rise, and now they're taking over human jobs.
According to a new report from Oxford Economics, robots are on track to eliminate up to 20 million manufacturing jobs by 2030.
Every election, Trump promises to bring back American manufacturing jobs. But in industries like agricultural equipment, that promise falters. At John Deere, moving factories back to the U.S. wouldn't bring jobs. It would bring robots. Modern manufacturing is automated, with machines working faster and cheaper than any human could. Farming isn't what it used to be, and John Deere knows it. They're investing billions into innovation to stay ahead of the curve. Take their new autonomous ADR tractor. No driver, just GPS cameras and AI working the fields around the clock. The days of long hours in the field are fading fast, replaced by managing tech and machine learning. And it doesn't stop there. Drone farming is on the rise, with drones tracking crop health and spraying with pinpoint accuracy. Add in electric and hybrid tractors, and you've got a new generation of farmers pushing for sustainability and lower costs. The future's here. Startups like Monarch Tractor are shaking things up with sleek, self-driving machines that feel more Silicon Valley than the heart of the Midwest. John Deere is paying attention. Their dive into precision farming, AI, and electric technology isn't just a smart move, it's a matter of survival. Companies that fail to keep pace won't just lose customers, they'll be left in the dust. So, what's your take? Is John Deere heading in the right direction, or should they keep their focus closer to home? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear from you. If you enjoyed this deep dive, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and ring that bell for more stories that shape our world. Stay sharp, stay curious, and we'll catch you next time.